Have you ever stopped and wondered if you're really the one in the driver's seat of your own life, or are you just kind of going along for the ride? Well, today we are diving deep into neuro-hacking your future. It's this amazing idea that you can use actual science to rewire your brain and go from a life that just happens to a life you design on purpose. Let's do this. So let me just ask you straight up. Does it ever feel like you're on autopilot? Just going through the motions, like your day-to-day is being run by old habits and what everyone else expects, instead of what you actually consciously choose? It's a super common feeling. But what if I told you there's a way to grab the controls? So here's our game plan. First, we're going to get super clear on the future you really want. Then we'll crack open your brain's hidden code and look at the real science behind intention. And then the best part, we're going to build a practical blueprint that you can start using like today. Okay, let's jump right into part one, the future you want. This right here is the groundwork for everything else. We're talking about that huge shift from letting life just happen to you to making life happen for you. The truth is, for so many of us, our lives are just a collection of our past experiences and old conditioning. We're running on software that was programmed into us by our family, our culture, our old mistakes. And yeah, it's familiar. But is it taking us where we actually want to go? Usually not. So how in the world do we break out of that autopilot mode? Well, the secret isn't about hustling harder. It's about understanding the code that's running the show inside your own head. And that brings us to section 2, your brain's hidden code, where we'll talk about a powerful tool for rewriting it called conscious blueprinting. Think about conscious blueprinting like this. You are the architect of your own mind. It's not just wishful thinking. No, you are literally drawing up a detailed schematic, a blueprint for your future. And then you use that blueprint to intentionally program your mind, guiding all those subconscious actions to build the exact reality you design. Now, I know what you might be thinking. This sounds a little out there, right? But it's actually grounded in some really solid, fascinating neuroscience. So let's get into section 3 and break down exactly how your brain actually builds your reality. So your brain basically operates in one of two states. On the left, you've got the reactive brain. That's your autopilot, just running on old habits and past programming. On the right, you've got the creative brain. This is you at your best, intentional, focused on a vision for the future, and making conscious choices. Conscious blueprinting is what flips the switch from the left side to the right. And this switch is possible because of two incredible things your brain can do. First up, neuroplasticity. Seriously, this is amazing. It means your brain isn't fixed. It can literally change and rewire itself. Your thoughts create pathways, and you can carve out new ones. The second thing is your reticular activating system, or RAS. Think of it like a bouncer for your brain. It only lets in the information you've told it is important. And this is how it all connects. When you create that super clear blueprint, you're giving your brain's bouncer, your RAS, a new VIP list. Suddenly, you start seeing things everywhere that can help you. People, resources, ideas, they were always there, but now your brain is actively looking for them for you. It's a total game changer. Okay, so we've got the what and the why. Now it's time for the really good stuff, the how. In section 4, we are getting down to business with a simple 3-step guide to building your very own conscious blueprint. The whole process is actually pretty straightforward, but it's incredibly powerful. It all boils down to these 3 steps. Define it, visualize it, and then act on it. Let's break down each one. All right, step 1, you have to get crystal clear. I want more money or I want to be happy. That's way too fuzzy. Your brain has no idea what to do with that. You need details. What does your bank account look like? How does that happiness feel in your body? What sounds do you hear in your ideal future? The more sensory detail you give your brain, the more real it becomes. Step 2 is maybe the most important part. You have to attach emotion to that vision. I mean, deep emotion, because the brain remembers what the heart feels. Thinking about your goal is one thing, but actually feeling the joy, the relief, the pride of achieving it, that's the neurological glue that makes it stick. And finally, step 3. This is where the rubber meets the road. All the mental work in the world doesn't matter without action. But we're not talking about huge, scary leaps. We're talking about small, daily actions that align with your blueprint. Each tiny step you take reinforces those new neural pathways and proves to your brain, hey, this is real. This is who we are now. So you're doing the work. You're defining, you're visualizing, you're acting. What happens next? What's the real payoff when you commit to this for the long haul? Well, let's look at our final section, living your blueprint. The results are pretty profound. You'll find you have motivation that actually lasts. Your focus becomes razor sharp on the things that really move the needle. You start hitting your goals faster because your entire brain is on your team. And when things go wrong, you bounce back quicker because that vision is pulling you forward. It all adds up to this incredible, deep sense of purpose. So, if there's one thing to take away from all of this, it's this. Your future isn't something you're supposed to find or stumble upon. It is something you build, piece by piece, thought by thought, action by action. You are the builder. And that leads me to my final question for you. Now that you know this, now that you understand that you have the power to literally wire your brain for the reality you want, what future are you going to design?